It's William.
And Robin.
With the Riverstone Life, and I'm sure you clicked on this because of the thumbnail, and Robin's going to tell you what happened because it was rough, wasn't it?
Sure, still is rough.
Still is rough.
Sunday, we were on our way to Indiana.
Yeah.
My daughter calls me, hysterically crying, barely understood. All I heard was fire in our house. Hysterically crying. I'm like, what do you mean there's a fire? She's like, there's a fire. My girlfriend called, she said there's a fire. Now she was on her way home from swim lessons with her grandsons. Her husband is at work. And I'm like, what do you mean there's a fire? She's like, I don't know, there's a fire. So she ended up calling the fire department and to let them know that there's pets in the house. So thankfully they did that.
Yeah.
But
we're freaking out because me and Robin have never dealt with fire in our past lives at all. This was all new to us, and I'm sitting over there hearing this secondhand and not knowing what's going on, freaking out. But I do hear pieces where they're at swim lessons, so in my mind I know the kids are not there. I'm not even thinking about the pets. I guess I'm bad. I'm a guy. Robin's like, what about the pets? And then she's talking about that, you know.
Yeah, she called the fire department. So there's animals in the house.
Yeah.
There's animals in the house. So the fire department shows up, you know, smashes the door in to get in. And finds Fred, which is the 16-year-old blind Chihuahua. Fredders. We've had him since
this year. He's lost
3 months
He's
old.
lost his sight this year, so he doesn't go anywhere. So he didn't freak out because he probably didn't even know who it was. It was me or the fireman. He didn't know.
No, he had no idea.
That's a good thing because he didn't run off.
Right, because he's confined to the downstairs.
Yeah.
So if he had his sight, he would have wandered all around the house.
Yeah. So he stayed down there, so he
was
safe.
There. But anyway, the fire department comes in, and we hear that they go up the stairs because the fire started. The gist of the fire was confined to the upstairs.
It was their bedroom, and it's the main. I mean, when we stay there, we stay in the boys' bedroom, and then they stay in with their parents. So if this would have happened 6 hours sooner, the fire would have got all of them because that's the room they would have been in. So this is what's going through my mind.
So the fire department come in, scoop Fred out, and they see a cat darting up the stairs into the fire because you go straight up the steps. My daughter's room is right there. So they didn't see where the cat went after, where Kitty went after that.
And Robin's losing it because if you watch any of our videos, you know that
I am an animal lover.
She's an animal lover. They've had these pets ever since your first marriage and everything. You guys got these, right?
Oh my gosh. Kitty's 16 years old. Fred is 13 years old. That's a long time.
And if you watch our Alaska video, last year we were in Canada when the kitty had problems, right?
Yes, my daughter calls me hysterical. The cat wasn't acting normal, so she took her to the vet, and the vet diagnosed her with like the most severe kidney issue you could possibly have, and they're like, we think it's best we put her down. So my daughter calls and tells me that. I'm like, what do you mean put her down? She's like, yeah, that's what they're saying. She's hysterical and I'm hysterical. I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking this cat is dying. So we drive 20 hours.
We turned around, drove 20 hours straight, right through 20 hours straight just to be there for the cat, and got her to a different vet, and they got her on some saline solution that's every 3 days, and it's a year later now.
Hydration.
A year later now, and she's just like, she's a brand new cat, right? So in our mind, we're like, we did not.
Second opinions, I recommend them.
Yeah, and we didn't fight this hard for that kitty to lose her in the fire.
Right. So she runs up the stairs, and then we don't see her. They're battling this fire for a very long time. It wouldn't stop because the insulation just kept it burning and burning and burning, and walls are coming down. She has no roof. It was horrible.
And I'm telling Robin to relax, and you can tell Robin doesn't relax.
We didn't know where the cat is. Now, we're grateful. All of our humans were alive and accounted for. Fred was accounted for, but Kitty was not. She was not accounted for.
But I told her, cats are smart. So this cat's not going to run into the flames. This cat will run away from the flames.
That wasn't... it's possible. But if you're in the moment and you see something and you're a cat, how do you know that she didn't get to a certain spot and the roof fell down?
There's no way of knowing, but I felt like she was.
Well, we didn't know, and the unknown is the worst. Not knowing.
And then what happened?
It's scary.
How many hours later?
So hold on. Okay. So then the fire gets out, and the fire department had to keep doing checks because the house kept starting on fire again, and hours and hours are going by. Everybody's out looking for a kitty. My daughter and her family.
We're getting sightings all over town. The whole town was great, right?
Right. Yeah. My daughter asked me to put us on social media about
Yeah.
a picture of her, and she goes by Kitty. So.
And in my mind, I'm calm. Kitty's coming home. I wasn't worried about it. Robin didn't feel that way, but I was worried that if it went on too long, she wouldn't get her saline injection, and that would be the problem with it. So
Correct.
I was worried about that.
So the house fire goes out. My daughter and her family and friends and random strangers are looking for Kitty because they can't find her, and they're calling her all over the place and everything. Fast forward 26 hours later, the fire department decided they were going to go in again just to make sure, because they knew the cat was
missing. 1 second
missing.
before you finish that, we want to thank all the people in that town that were out searching for that cat. I mean, Facebook was great. Everybody was helping.
That helped with
Everybody
the
was
fire.
awesome. They went over and above. Okay?
Yes.
Just wanted to throw that out there so I didn't forget.
First responders, they're amazing.
So then the fire department gets back to the house.
Yes, they get back to the house and they wanted to do one last sweep because we couldn't find Kitty. We didn't know if she was buried under the ash was up to the firemen and women's knees.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. So anyway, they did their sweep through and went down into the basement, looked around, couldn't find anything. Went back up, started going halfway up the stairs, and the woman listened and heard a bell. Kitty always has a collar with a bell, so we always know where she's at.
Yeah.
And the firewoman turned around, looked, and what do you see but Miss Kitty at the bottom of the stairs.
Looking at her like, what took you so long?
Like, for real. So she went downstairs or went down the steps, and Kitty was loving on her.
Yeah. And they got her out.
She's the most loving cat ever.
Well, they even sent pictures because I wanted proof. Right, everybody told me they found Kitty. I said, I want proof. I need proof. You know what I mean? We got this bee bugging us. But I said, I need proof. But finally, when they did send you the picture, it was like she was never in no fire.
No.
Then they took her to the vet.
Yeah, 26 hours she hid in that basement full of ash, full of water damage up to your knees.
Yeah.
Smoke. We as in my daughter takes her to the vet, and the vet made the comment, if we didn't smell the smoke on her, because she smelled obviously like smoke, if we didn't smell the smoke, there'd be no way we would ever know that she was in a basement for 26 hours. She had no soot, no ash, no water, nothing. Like, how is that?
And just remember, the whole time this is going on, we're driving to Indiana to pick up a load that I have to deliver in Nashville the next day.
Yes.
And we get there,
horrible.
and it had a flat tire. I barely could find the energy to get this. Because Robin knows me. When I give my word, I follow through no matter how hard it is. It was rough, wasn't it?
It was awful.
We got it there. We got it delivered. You know, everything on our end was done, but it sucked the life out of us. And then we're wondering if we should go to Colorado. You know, we have this trip going to Italy, and every time I get ready to go to Italy, something happens and we have to cancel it. This one's not insured. It's a total loss. Everybody's like, well, just hold out and let's just think about it for a little bit. Well, in the process, Robin's ex-husband, Chad, steps up. He's in Pennsylvania. He gets on a plane and he's there helping the kids because he was just down with your son. They all know we're going to Italy. Her son's going with us, and everybody wants that trip to go off. So everybody came down. Everybody stepped in. So I want to thank Chad for doing that. I'm sure the kids feel great, and the grandsons are happy that he's there, and they're all working on that. I think Kylie and them have got themselves a hotel.
Yes. Thank goodness for insurance.
Yeah, but they're not going to have a home. They're saying, what, a year down the road?
At least.
At least a year. We have no idea where they're going to be staying, what they're going to do. Red Cross has been helping out. Everybody in the community has been donating money and helping out. Perfect strangers. Got them clothes. They had no clothes on their back. You know, these are our grandsons. These grandsons, they have every toy. They have mounds and mounds of toys.
They have so many books. They're a lover of books like me.
Yeah, so trying to keep them away from the house so that they don't feel that.
It's hard.
And then, Robin's on her phone trying to get Amazon over there. So they have nothing. He couldn't even go to school. He had no backpack. He had no clothes. He just started Boy Scouts. We just got him a Boy Scout outfit. That's all going.
Yeah,
this stuff's all. You don't even.
You don't realize.
You go through that. They're okay.
Yes.
We didn't lose anybody. But
so
that's
grateful.
just the beginning. You don't even think about all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Right.
What happened on their rings?
Crazy. So my daughter's pregnant, and she can't fit in her rings. It's summer in Colorado, and her fingers swell, so she wears those
rubber band
like
thing?
the rubber band type thing.
Same thing her husband has to wear for work?
Yes. So she put her wedding ring, her diamond, and her band, and her husband's band in the drawer in the bedroom on the nightstand. And so between all the frantic, crazy things, she actually, after things calmed down, like 7 hours or so later, she realized, oh my God, we don't have her wedding rings.
Well, and then she's upset when she looks at her finger and sees that. I could just imagine what she's going through.
So anyway, they went in the house, and inside the drawer was her wedding rings.
They got the rings back.
Yes.
So we felt grateful for that. You know, she's pregnant. The ambulance was there. They took her to the hospital. She started to have contractions.
Yeah.
We were worried we were going to lose a baby.
Premature labor or deliver a baby.
So every time you get past one step, you got the next step and the next step and the next step. And just like my shirt says, never give up. And I'm always telling Robin, don't give up. Everything's fine. It's going to work out.
I don't give up. I'm just a worrywart.
She's a worrywart. And I look at things, and then I have to tell her, you know what? If it was real bad, we'd have lost them in the middle of the night. We did. The fire happened, but we still have the kids. But then you start going through, we don't have the pet. You know, then we get the pet back. Then you just don't realize all the stuff that keeps happening. So other people that have watched this video or have dealt with this in their lifetime, leave stuff down in the comments. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we don't know, a lot of stuff they don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be hard on them. Every day is going to be a struggle from now on.
Right.
Because they have no idea what's going to happen next. And then
it's so sad. My daughter called me. She's like, she has her, her moments, and she's like, Colton just said he wants to go home.
Yeah, I'm sure that just made her. And then she's trying to be strong in front of the kids.
Yeah.
That this isn't a big deal. And come on, Robin, don't cry. This is why it's taken us 3 days to get this video, because it's been rough on her. It's been rough. I wanted to put this video out there because we have so many people that are always emailing, commenting. Robin's always trying to keep up on those comments on YouTube.
And I'm just mush.
She's mush. She's way behind. It's not that we forgot about you or we don't care, all the things you're asking about. We just haven't had time. Plus, we're still trying to see if we can put this Italy vacation together. You know, there's a lot of
bittersweet.
It's bittersweet. We want to make sure the kids are okay. But everybody's been helping them out and making sure that they're getting the help they need. We have no idea what their long-term house is going to be. Kylie's got them hotel room for the next few nights or whatever.
Yeah, the insurance stepped up. They're waiting on temporary housing through the insurance.
Yep, so we're working on that. We still don't know what caused the fire. Some kind of electrical, could have been something in the yard. They thought maybe there was a kid's toy plugged in the back. We have no idea. We know that they brought a dog out. They did all the arson checks and everything. We heard there were people in the backyard that could have done something. You know, you hear all this stuff.
It's awful. Her next door neighbor, they just moved in their house, their townhouse, 11 months ago. And they have an 11-month-old baby, and her house is connected to Kylie's, and hers is lost.
So they're in the same position. So it's affected so many people. So the reason we want to put this video is we put a video out every Thursday, and I didn't have a video because when I got to where'd I go? We went to Michigan. We picked that up in Michigan. I was going to do some drone footage and do a whole thing, and I barely could get that load hooked up. It had a flat tire. It would have been a good video because I had so many things to deal with, but I didn't have the energy. And when I say I'm going to do something, I get it done. I know Robin was thinking maybe we should have just turned around and go to Colorado, but I'm like, we have things that we have to do. When we say we're going to do it, we'll do it. And if we need to go to Colorado, we'll go to Colorado. But the kids stepped up, the community stepped up, family stepped up, your ex-husband stepped up, strangers stepped up, and they made it so we didn't have to run back there yet. So it's hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be hard on this trip if we go on this trip. So we're still working on that. But we wanted to throw a video out there. We wanted to, thank everybody in the YouTube community that, everybody out there that talks to us all the time. But we put our whole life out there now, and everybody thinks we have this great life, and we do have a great life.
We do.
Our kids are all still here. Our grandsons.
But we're human.
And we're human, and we go through the same things that you guys go through.
Yeah.
So, but this is new territory for us. We've never been through this. I don't want the kids to get shafted. I don't want to get them to get taken advantage of. I want them to get their house back. I want those boys to have all the stuff they had before. I don't want this to mess their life up down the road. I mean, these things sometimes stick in kids' minds, you know. I know I have things in my head from when I was a kid that I wish I didn't have there still, you know. But, you know, we just want to thank everybody. We want to tell you what was going on. So, anything else you want to add to this, Robin? I mean, any other stories? I mean, you went through a lot, so I know the kids are still going through a lot. But
The whole family.
the whole family is, so. But we try to let everybody know what's going on. And you can see we're in Alabama.
We are.
Kind of bittersweet, right? Yeah. But leave your comments. Leave your suggestions. Tell us your story.
And if you could send prayers and positive
Yes,
vibes our way, we could use those.
We need their lives to get back to normal as fast as possible, right?
Yes.
And I think that's about the end of it, huh? And just remember, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. If you like me and Robin, subscribe to the channel. You like our grandsons. I know everybody likes our grandsons. They have lots of our subscribers are because of those grandsons. They're the ones going through this. So subscribe for our grandsons, right? And always. Did I not even have it on?
Oh my God, seriously.